Welcome to our exploration of the surprising power of silence. Today, we unlock the first dimensions of silence and how it transforms our inner landscape. In our noisy world, silence is often overlooked, yet it holds profound power. Have you ever noticed how silence can command a room, or how its presence feels after a snowfall? This isn't just absence of sound, it's a presence, a fullness in itself. Let's begin by understanding how silence can serve as a foundation for deeper awareness. Silence is the canvas of the cosmos. Just as a painter starts with a blank canvas, the universe starts with silence to create the symphony of existence. In spiritual traditions across the globe, silence is revered as sacred. It's not merely the cessation of noise, but an invitation to a deeper encounter with our own being. Why is silence so powerful? In silence, the chatter of our thoughts begins to slow down. We move away from the constant distractions of our environment. This quieting is not just external, but internal. When we reduce the noise outside, we start hearing what's inside more clearly. This is where profound insights and intuitions arise. Silence gives us the room to hear not just our thoughts, but the space between them, the whispers of our deeper selves. Consider how we feel when we step away from the cacophony of our daily lives into a quiet space. There's an initial discomfort, a ringing in our ears, a restlessness in our minds. But as we settle into the silence, a shift occurs. We begin to notice subtler things, the way the light shifts, the sensation of our own breathing, the beating of our heart. This is the first lesson of silence, heightened perception. But silence is not just about enhancing perception. It's about creating a new relationship with our thoughts. Often we are entangled with our thinking patterns, believing every thought to be an absolute truth. In silence, we learn to observe our thoughts without attachment, seeing them as passing clouds in the sky of our mind. This detachment is liberating. It allows us to choose which thoughts to engage with, promoting mental clarity and peace. Practically, how can we cultivate this powerful silence in our lives? Start small. Dedicate a few minutes each day to sit in silence. Create a space in your home where you can be undisturbed. As you sit, focus on your breath. Notice the thoughts as they come and go, but don't latch onto them. Return to your breath each time. This simple practice can radically shift your day, grounding you and providing clarity. Now, let's consider silence in communication. Often we rush to fill the quiet moments in conversation, uncomfortable with the gaps. Yet, silence can be a powerful tool in our interactions. It can give space for others to express themselves and for us to truly listen. Next time you are in a conversation, experiment with allowing pauses. Notice how this affects the flow of communication. You might find that these pauses bring more depth and authenticity to your interactions. As we embrace silence, we also start to see its impact on our emotional well-being. In the quiet, we can face the emotions we often run from. This isn't always easy. Silence can bring up unresolved feelings, yet facing them can lead to profound healing. In the quietude, we can process and release these emotions, finding greater peace and resilience. In closing this first part, I invite you to reflect on how silence is present in your life. How might you deepen your relationship with silence? What might be waiting for you in the quiet? Embracing the echoes of silence, discovering our true selves. As we delve deeper into the power of silence, we come to realize that it is not merely a lack of noise, but a profound teacher. In this second part, we explore how silence can lead us to a deeper understanding of ourselves, acting as a mirror reflecting our true nature. In the practice of silence, we are offered a rare opportunity to meet ourselves as we truly are, beyond the roles and masks we wear daily. This meeting is transformative. It dismantles the illusions and stories we tell about ourselves and others. In the quiet, the truth of our being emerges, unfiltered and clear. Imagine sitting by a still lake in the early morning. The surface is calm, reflecting the surrounding trees and the sky above with perfect clarity. This is what happens to the mind in silence. It becomes like that still lake, reflecting our inner truth. Here, in the quiet, we can see the patterns of our thoughts and behaviors that often go unnoticed in the hustle of everyday life. But how do we reach this state of clarity? It begins with intention. When we sit in silence, we set the intention to simply be with whatever arises, without judgment. This practice is not about achieving a state of no thoughts, but rather about observing our thoughts without getting swept away by them. This observational stance in silence can be challenging. Thoughts and feelings that we've pushed aside might come to the forefront. Here, the silence acts as a catalyst for emotional and psychological processing. We might encounter sadness, joy, anger, or fear. Each emotion carries a message, an insight into our deepest desires and fears. What does this emotional revelation teach us? It teaches us about resilience and acceptance. Facing our emotions directly, acknowledging them in the silence, we learn to accept our complete selves. This acceptance is the bedrock of genuine self-love and compassion. From this foundation, we can extend that compassion outward, improving our relationships and interactions with the world. Moreover, silence deepens our connection to intuition. In the quiet, the voice of our inner wisdom, that often gets drowned out by the noise of daily life, becomes audible. This voice, intuitive and knowing, guides us toward decisions and paths that align with our deepest values and truths. Have you ever made a decision in a quiet moment that felt exactly right, though you couldn't explain why? That's the power of intuitive knowledge made accessible through silence. To cultivate this connection with our intuition, regular practice is essential. It involves more than just occasional moments of quiet. It requires a dedicated space and time for silence every day. This commitment transforms silence from a mere practice to a way of life, enriching every decision and interaction. In addition to daily practice, there are moments in life when extended periods of silence can be particularly powerful. Retreats or days spent in nature, away from the usual distractions, can amplify the benefits of silence. These times allow for deeper introspection and can be pivotal in our personal growth journey. Let us pause here and reflect. What truths about yourself have you discovered in moments of silence? How has silence shown you aspects of your life that needed attention or change? As we prepare to explore further the transformative effects of silence on our spiritual path, remember that each step taken in silence is a step towards understanding not just ourselves, but the very essence of life. The Silent Symphony, harmonizing mind, body, and spirit. In this third part of our exploration, we delve into the profound influence of silence on harmonizing our mind, body, and spirit. This harmony is essential for a balanced life, yet often elusive in our fast-paced world. Silence, however, offers a unique pathway to achieving this inner alignment. The concept of harmony within ourselves is akin to a symphony. Each part, whether it be our thoughts, emotions, physical sensations, or spiritual inclinations, plays a crucial role. Just as in music, where dissonance can lead to resolution, the conflicts within us can also find resolution in the quietude of silence. Firstly, let's consider the mind. In silence, the mind has the opportunity to rest. Think of the mind like a busy office. It's constantly processing information, making decisions, and generating thoughts. In silence, it's as if this office gets to close for a day. The computers go off, the files are put away, and the lights are turned out. This rest is not just absence, it's an active regenerative process. During these periods of quiet, cognitive functions such as memory, attention, and decision-making can actually improve. More importantly, the mind reconnects with its creative and reflective capacities, which are often stifled by continuous noise and activity. Moving to the body, the benefits of silence are equally transformative. In our silence, we become acutely aware of our body's language. Each sensation, whether a tightness in the shoulders or a warmth in the hands, communicates something vital about our physical state. By paying attention to these signals without the distraction of noise, we can start to better manage stress, alleviate tension, and promote relaxation. This heightened awareness also encourages healthier choices as we become more attuned to the needs of our bodies. Furthermore, silence has a profound impact on our emotional health. In the space of silence, emotions that are often sidelined in the chaos of daily life get a chance to surface and be acknowledged. This acknowledgement is not about finding immediate solutions, but about giving these emotions room to be understood and felt. It is through this understanding that emotional resilience is built, allowing you to navigate life's ups and downs with greater ease and stability. On a spiritual level, silence is the gateway to deeper realms of consciousness. It is in the quiet that we often find the space to connect with something greater than ourselves, whether we call it nature, the universe, or the divine. This connection is deeply personal and can provide a sense of purpose and belonging that enriches our lives profoundly. The practice of integrating silence into our daily routines is simple yet profound. It can be as straightforward as starting the day with 5 minutes of sitting quietly, taking a silent walk during lunch, or ending the day with a quiet meditation before sleep. These practices help to integrate the benefits of silence into everyday life, ensuring that mind, body, and spirit remain in harmony. Consider this: how often do we give ourselves the permission to just be, without agenda or distraction? In the silence, we find that rare permission. We allow ourselves to simply exist, and in this existence, find a profound sense of peace and alignment. As we prepare to explore the final part of our journey with silence, reflect on how integrating silence into your daily life might change your experience of the world. How might it deepen your relationships with others and with yourself? The Quiet Revolution: transforming lives through the mastery of silence. In this final installment of our exploration into the power of silence, we delve into how mastering silence can lead to a revolutionary transformation in our lives, affecting our personal growth, relationships, and even our impact on the world. Silence, as we've discovered, is much more than the absence of sound. It's a profound presence that brings clarity, insight, and balance. But how can we leverage this powerful tool to not only enhance our individual lives, but also influence the community and the larger world around us? This is where the quiet revolution begins. Personal transformation. At a personal level, mastering silence means gaining control over the reactive patterns that often dictate our behavior. Through silence, we develop the ability to respond rather than react to life's challenges. This shift from reactivity to proactivity is transformative. It empowers us to make choices based on wisdom and insight rather than on fleeting emotions or external pressures. For instance, consider the moments of conflict, whether at home or at work. Integrating silence into our response repertoire allows us to pause, reflect, and choose a course of action that aligns with our deeper values and goals, rather than simply reacting in the heat of the moment. This not only leads to better outcomes, but also helps in building stronger, more understanding relationships. Enhancing relationships. Silence enhances our ability to listen truly and deeply to others. In a world where everyone is eager to speak, the act of listening becomes a rare and valued gift. By embracing silence in our interactions, we give others the space to express themselves fully. This fosters deeper connections and builds trust and respect among peers, friends, and family members. Moreover, in silence, we find the empathy needed to see the world from another's perspective. This empathy is crucial for resolving conflicts, building teamwork, and nurturing loving relationships. It allows us to move beyond our personal biases and understand the underlying emotions and needs of others. Impacting the wider world. On a broader scale, the practice of silence has the potential to influence the wider community and even societal norms. In a culture that often values noise, action, and constant connectivity, advocating for and practicing silence introduces a countercultural element that can lead to significant societal changes. Silence fosters mindfulness and presence, qualities that are increasingly recognized as essential in leadership, education, and community building. Leaders who practice silence are often more reflective and thoughtful in their decisions, which can lead to more sustainable and ethical business practices. In education, teaching students the value of silence can enhance their focus, creativity, and learning abilities. Cultivating a silent revolution. To foster this quiet revolution, we can start small, with ourselves, our homes, and our communities. Personal practice. Dedicate specific times of the day for silence. This could be through meditation, quiet walks, or simply abstaining from digital devices for a period. Community engagement. Organize or participate in silent retreats, silent reading groups, or silent hours in community centers where people can come together in quiet. Advocacy and awareness. Promote the benefits of silence through blogs, talks, or workshops. Share your experiences and insights gained from practicing silence. As we conclude this journey, reflect on the role of silence in your own life. Consider how embracing silence more deeply could transform your personal experiences, enhance your relationships, and allow you to contribute to the world in a more meaningful way. The mastery of silence is not merely a personal benefit, but a revolutionary act that can transform lives and societies. By embracing the quiet, we not only find peace within ourselves, but also become catalysts for change, radiating calm and understanding in a chaotic world. Are you ready to join the quiet revolution?